Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Alone Together Pittsburgh. I am your host, Patrick Jordan. We are on episode 120 of Alone Together Pittsburgh, believe it or not. I believe we're in week 39. So if you can do math really fast, that'll let you know that we started doing this thing when the shelter-in-place order came down from the state originally in early March. So we did not expect to be doing this thing when it snowed outside, and we still are doing this thing and it snowed outside. And it wasn't like an early snow. It wasn't like one of those like October Halloween snows. It was a December snow, and we're still here doing this show. And all of that rhymes, just so you know. didn't plan this, but sometimes you catch lightning in a jar. Thank you for joining us tonight. A couple of pieces of housekeeping to talk about before we have a fantastic show tonight. Zero, the Juggling Zero himself, is going to be here talking about the Westmoreland Ballet Company's version of the Nutcracker, which is going to be streaming at you tomorrow. And it's an amazing production. So we're going to be talking about that. Have some video and some pictures. And then, of course, everyone's favorite Thursday night segment, What Kate Ate. We find out what Kate ate in different takeout situations, as well as how her Thanksgiving went, and also, how she's doing. She'll talk us a little bit about Safe Service Allegheny as well. So it's a great show. I want you to stick around. But if you're going to, if you notice something ticking across the screen here below me, that is our Venmo. If you'd like to kick in a couple of bucks, it is @TogetherPGH. We would greatly appreciate it if you could kick in. The money goes to all the artists involved with the show on any given night. So anything you give, whether it's $1, $2, $5, $10, if you give over $500, we'll have you on the show. So got that going for you, which is fantastic. Before we get to some of the fun stuff going on here, we've got some in-show polls. We've got some updates on the big jag-off going on overnight. At this part of the show, I usually talk about the COVID cases in Allegheny County in a 24-hour period. Yesterday was, around 500-600. Today is 1,028. That's bad, folks. These are records we don't want to break. We keep breaking them. This is by far the highest total in one day, and there were also 20 deaths today. So if you break it all down, there's about a little over 500 deaths. 20 of them were today. The cases right now, the state of Pennsylvania is number 6 in the nation right now for COVID cases, right behind number 5, which is New York. So please, this is the time to lock it down. Wear your masks. I know it's the holidays. I know things are happening. I know you want to be with your family. I know you want to be with your friends. I do, okay? But we need to take this shit seriously right now. And I'm sorry to swear, but there's nothing else to say about it right now. This is where we are, okay? So if you dodged a bullet and you gambled and you got together with your family and friends on Thanksgiving, okay, cool. You're seeing the tip of the spike in the numbers of people who did that as well and weren't as lucky as you were. So as we're getting closer to Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, any holiday that's happening right now, please remember, okay, that this is no joke. Wear a mask, keep social distancing, and don't go out unless you have to, okay? That said, little pieces of good news coming down. I know you were wondering if I was ever going to say anything positive. So the news has come down for vaccines, right? So I just got this. This came from a primary care physician. This is what's been going down the wire. So it's looking like it's going to break down in a few phases for vaccine distribution. So phase 1A would be healthcare workers and staff and residents of nursing homes and other long-term facilities. That adds up to about 24 million people. That's mid to late December. Phase 1B, essential workers such as school staff, police, firefighters, grocery store workers, bus drivers, etc. That's supposed to be January to February. 1C, high-risk medical conditions, people over 65 and older, supposed to be February to March. And then the general population would be around, May, June. That is, don't get cocky, because that is also if everything works perfectly to a T, that's when those vaccines are supposed to go. And a lot of them, you need to get 2 different doses a month apart. So you can push those off. And this doesn't mean we're back to normal, right? I don't think this is going to be happening, till like July. In a great, perfect world. If it happens in May or June, man, that's awesome. Okay, but remember that. Okay, so thank you very much. That's my little spunk. We got something positive and something very negative. So let's turn this thing around. Okay, lock it down. We can see a light at the end of this COVID tunnel. Okay, but we got to trust it and each other, and don't screw up. Okay, so there's my 10 cents. Apparently, I'm not Patrick. That's my name from the booth. Dave, how are things going in the booth over there? How you doing?
They're great. Really good. Really great.
Well, that's fantastic. So,
Scared, but great.
Scared, but great. Well, that's good. So here's what I have a question about. do we have an update about the overnight poll, which is a week long? It's not just overnight; it's over a week, because we're in the final four of a little thing we call the Jagoff poll. Right, the Engine House 25 Winery sponsored Jagoff poll. And while Dave's pulling up the numbers, I'm going to let you know, if you have the means, I would visit eh25.com. That is Engine House 25 Winery's website. Go in, check the selections that they have. They have fantastic reds. I will put them up against any wines, anywhere, anytime, okay? Especially the reds. I'm a fan of them. But they also have a Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, and a Rosé. If you're not into that, they've got 8 or 9 blends. The grapes come from everywhere, from Napa, Chile, everywhere in between. They come to Pittsburgh in refrigerated box trucks, hand-selected, crushed, stemmed, everything, the whole process done by hand, locally in Pittsburgh, Strip District, Lawrenceville, where the Convergence is, right there in Doughboy Square. And if you tell them at Engine House 25 that you found out about them from Alone Together Pittsburgh, you get $5 off per bottle. They're also doing free shipping during the pandemic, and they're also having curbside if you like that. So you pay in advance, pull up, contactless, boom, in your trunk, you're on your way. EH25, it's also home to the Roberto Clemente Museum and Lola's Eatery. So before we get to the in-show poll tonight, Dave, can we do a checkup on the Final Four matchup of the cookie table versus striking distance?
It's off to a sleepy start, Patrick.
Okay,
and
okay. We should have promoted it. Okay, we didn't promote it.
You know what? I think I let you down. Last night's rave up, I was doing my best to hype. I was trying to be the hype man. I don't think I brought the hype, and the results speak for themselves. The proverbial pudding is sour or empty. Lonely. That's better. It's a lonely pudding. That's all I have to say. All right, so I think people just need to get hit, man, because this one's hot.
So you go to togetherpgh.com/vote, and you can vote on the deal between the cookie table versus striking distance. Before we get on to the in-show poll, thank you. Fat Mandy chimed in and said some stuff. Amanda Blair, Kieran chimed in. She said some cool stuff. She's gonna climb the floors, but she'll do it for us. She's amazing. So didn't get the in-show poll yet. Okay. All right. Jason, hold on to your mustache till we bring you out here in a minute. But Dave, let's let the people at home know what's going on with the Lil Jagoff, the live in-show poll.
Okay, people, listen up. This one's very important. As the Christmas season comes on, so does the bad weather. And Pittsburgh is known as a region that has some real problems sometimes with its weather. The thing is, we live in lots of valleys with lots of hills too. So sometimes a cloud gets stuck in a valley, and it goes over a mountainous region, and it gets stuck. And then it just sort of snows down. So you have to be really careful. So you got to make sure you get the right tires on your car, because if you don't get the right tires on your car, you could have a problem. Now listen, I know everybody said, well, I got all season radials, but let me tell you something. All season radials, they don't do the job. The thing is, they help you a little bit, but they're like, if you got a tool, it's a 5-in-1 tool. It does 5 things, but not very well. And in this case, these tires, these all-terrain tires, are just not going to do anything for you. So it's really important to get a single tire that's the right thing for the job. So that's why you need to get yourself either some snow tires or some chains, because they actually do the job. Now, chains, they're kind of a pain in the ass. You got to put them in the back of the car, and then you got to put them on. And in some places, they're not legal. I don't even know if they're legal here. It don't matter. So make sure you get yourself some proper tires. But that's your vote today in the Jaguar. You need to make sure if you want snow tires versus chains. They both got pros and cons, but I'll tell you what, don't get those all season tires, because they just ain't good enough. That's the thing. They ain't do the job. They give you a false sense of security. And the thing about these tires, it's not about gripping. It's about stopping. When you can't stop, you're in trouble. And that's the thing about all-season tires. So I just want to get this across to the Pittsburgh contingency. No more all-season tires, okay? But here, more importantly, I'm sorry, Patrick, you want to say something?
No, I'm good. Just noticed my hands were still on the screen. Keep going. This is gripping stuff. Get it?
All-season tires versus chains, go!
All right, you guys can vote right now. People that are watching the show tomorrow don't get to vote. It's just for you live. People listening to the podcast only version, that's all. Those vocals were juicing me up too, Mandy. I can't believe I was feeling good. and I'm gonna just let it roll over the fact that when I said that, Dave, that was a gripping rendition there. I agree with it. Okay, so that's what it is. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you tonight, and unless Dave and Pete have anything else, I think it's time to get to those guests. What do you say? Fantastic. All right, coming up first, he's been on the show before, but today he's got something special to promote. His incorporation with the Westmoreland Ballet Theater Company's Nutcracker. It is a movie event because obviously because of COVID, they didn't get to do the actual production. So here he is tonight, the Juggler known as Zero.
Oh, hey. Oh, there it is. What's going on?
What's going on, buddy? So something's missing right now.
What's missing?
I don't know, man. We were talking earlier, and you had this thing, right? This lip piece that Pete didn't believe was real.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I mean, are you hiding your light under a bushel right now, or was it true? Was it not real?
Hold on, let me pull myself up by my lip straps here.
Ooh, lip straps. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, look at that thing. What do you think, Pete? What do you think? Still not a real mustache?
Wow, that is some great spirit gum.
No, seriously. Y'all were like, oh, we gotta wear a mask all the fucking time. Nobody was like, oh, I guess I'll take this opportunity to investigate my mustache game. No, nobody's doing that. I did it. Look at this thing.
Sir, I tip my mustache to you. That mustache is tight. Your mustache game is on point. Before we get into the
come on, shut up.
Before we get into the Nutcracker, the question is, how is mask wearing with that lip piece?
Depends on the mask. You know, I recently got myself a new mask. Like I had this mask that was very like fabric, sort of like flattened it down. And it was tough because like I'd have to take it out. Those are plugs. You're a plug. So like now I have this mask that like it sits over like all of this because it's like around this whole part of my face, and now it doesn't bug. I know your mustache is great too. All right, whatever. But like I have this mask that's over the whole thing now. So
I wish you had it right now for a visual aid. Whoever you're talking to off screen, why don't you tell him to grab your mask?
He does. Can you go get my mask? No, he's not going to go get my mask.
That's okay.
Why? Why? Because you don't have to wear one.
All right. Well, you know, we've only got an hour show. So right. Where we're going here with this is last time we saw you guys were doing you were doing the whole circus thing, and it was going to be happening at the zoo, but it's tough finding gigs for any performer, period, in any genre right now. But the Westmoreland Ballet Company came up with something clever.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And I'm looking down right now because like I have I have the credits. I asked them to send me like the actual credits. Do you want to come on? Do you want to come on? We're talking about you. Okay. So
bring them out. Bring them on. Okay. It's fine. It's time.
So we've been so I have like the credits in front of me, and it's like 9 pages. So I took pictures of 4 names. This is my Uncle Drosselmeyer, Nutcracker. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
I would say that would be your godfather, Drosselmeyer, if you're following with the storyline.
You want to see the cutest thing?
Talk to me. Oh, that is now the cutest thing. Okay. Yeah. That's the cutest thing. You were a lucky man. So
I truly am.
So before you bring that up, so this is a movie event, right?
It is,
right? Now I'm not very accustomed to the Westmoreland Ballet Company, but is the Nutcracker a regular occurrence for them? So every year, and I'm sure that's a moneymaker, and that's where everybody's been working all year, all the classes, everything that you get to take, and the choreography to learn for that. So
yeah. And, you know, so like a lot of ballets, you know, not just in Pittsburgh, but literally just everywhere. Just every year they do the, you know, the Nutcracker is like, oh, this is a seasonal thing. And, you know, so last year, Iron City Circus Arts did a Nutcracker, and I was Uncle Drosselmeyer in that. And the year before that, Iron City Circus Arts did Nutcracker, and I was Uncle Drosselmeyer in that. And then this year, it was just like, no, nobody's doing anything. And then this woman, this just incredible artist, choreographer, incredible woman. Her name is Judy Ray Tubbs. She's the, let me get the, so like I said, I got also her specific title is, where is that? The artistic director, the resident choreographer, and ballet master, right? All those titles. And I got to tell you, I don't know if Judy Ray Tubbs is watching right now, but she sells herself short at every angle. That woman is an artist and knows how to, just incredible.
So ballet master makes me, ballet master, we're going to run that while we're going to talk over because we can't play the audio from it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Ballet master, I don't know if that's a regular thing, but that has me thinking of like The Last Dragon, where Bruce Leroy is battling Sho'nuff. I don't know if you've seen that. Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon. Yeah, that's right. So we can talk about that another time. So we're gonna catch some tastes of this right now. So you're Drosselmeyer.
Wait, but like look at this, right? Notice this, and I'll tell you what the locations are afterwards.
Okay, great.
But the thing you'll start to notice, right? So so we're indoors here, and here's Clara, right? She's an incredible little dancer, incredible little actress. There I am. There's Fritz, right? Look at this. So we're at Fort Ligonier. There's the rats. Here's like the whole battle scene happening. But then something strange starts to happen, right? There's this kind of weird uncanny valley that if it's not pointed out to you, I don't think people will notice, right? And this is how the whole flick is going to go. And we had reenactors there shooting muskets and everything. Incredible. Look at this. See that? You see that?
It seems magical. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now. So they took it to the next level. And it looks beautiful. So what they've done is they've taken you out of the theater and brought you into the world. So you might know some of these locations, but you're actually going to see them. And it looks like it was shot very well on this isn't like somebody just shot this thing on an iPhone.
It's incredible.
It's tight together. So that's amazing. So everybody, if you want to go to westmorelandballet.com, and you can find out all the information you can for tickets, because this is live streaming for 3 nights, correct?
Yeah, and then afterwards they start selling DVDs. And so the people, so it was Headspace Media was the production company. The screen director and cinematographer, Matthew Fridge. This dude was just like, he was just straight direct, like, this is what we're gonna do. Go over here, do this thing, and he was just right on. And then my first thought was like, I'm curious. I've never seen any of this guy's work. And he's like, well, do you want to come see my... And he like showed me the back of his camera, how he was panning through people. And I was like, oh, that's your vision? Okay, just tell me whatever you want me to do, man.
I mean, it looks cinematic as hell. And it looks like, exciting. And that's also some brilliant thinking out of the box. Because, I mean, those are socially distanced things. The rats are wearing masks. Yes. As you notice, as part of the costume, and it looks cooler than. Okay, look, I've been watching like holiday stuff on the thing. I've seen the Rockettes twice. Okay, I'm not really impressed.
Sure,
but they haven't been kicking. Okay, the Rockettes haven't been kicking, and I'm disappointed. I keep talking to my daughter about here comes the Rockettes kicking, and they're just walking around like toy soldiers. Now they're amazing. It's it's precision movement, but they're masks. They're masks in both of them, and I'm glad they're wearing masks.
Yes,
but they look kind of like Cobra Commander.
Yeah,
right. They kind of have that kind of a vibe going on. But I like these rats here. So
I love it. I love
this.
Like,
good. I love the Nutcracker, and you, my friend.
Oh my God,
you got the biggest. You got the biggest placement.
I know. I had
the magical Godfather Drosselmeyer.
Yeah, so that poster, like how I found out that I was the poster was by being tagged in it. Like I had no idea. And then just like popped up. I was like, okay. And my wife took that picture. Like, so that was part of when we were filming at the Vinoski Winery, which is like a castle mansion out in Greensburg, right? And they filmed all of us in horse-drawn carriage coming to the ball, right?
How many locations were there?
Okay, so I mean, I do have like the list, but I just want to shout out real quick to Maggie Black on costumes, man. Like she knew what was up, constantly grabbing people. Like I'm not sure if she was specifically the designer behind the rat costume, but she was there at every turn when somebody needed something.
They're all good. So just ballpark of locations.
Oh boy,
I mean, this has been an epic thing here, and there's you working it.
Right, so that's Fort Ligonier, man. Like they had me on top of a cannon playing with a crystal ball with all these kids in rat costumes. I felt like the fucking Goblin King. It was incredible.
That's amazing. I have 2 questions then. One, Did you ever screw up a take? Did you drop the ball?
Of course. The only way you could juggle is by picking up a ball you dropped. Like I'm dropping them all the time. There's one scene, I don't want to spoil it, right? But there's one scene where like 3 people have to catch balls that I throw behind me. And I don't think they're going to use the take, but there was one take where all 3 of them missed. I mean, that's just like that.
Well, those balls, those aren't Nerf balls you're tossing, man. Those are orbs. You could bust you could bust a tooth, you could bust a nose on that thing. That is some serious stuff. Here's another question for you, a little maybe slightly off topic. You've played the role 3 times now.
Yeah.
Did you have that lip piece for the other 2?
I didn't.
See, this is it, man. This is what's happening. This is game time. This is game time.
It's something. But like the places that were involved, man, like when you look at the trailer, you don't catch it. But they could have only. So do you know the Nutcracker? You know the Nutcracker story, right?
I know the story of the Nutcracker suite. I also know the one that my personal one is I crack my sweet nuts. But go on.
Sure. Like weird Uncle Drosselmeyer is like, yo, I've got rats, I got soldiers. Here's a party. Look, I do a bunch of stuff, and then Claire goes to sleep, and the Nutcracker and the rats come to life in her dream. And then the Nutcracker takes her around the world and shows her all these dances. Okay.
Hey, spoiler alert, folks.
That's the Nutcracker story. And it's so cool because like when you look at the trailer, you don't realize until you realize that there are no other people besides the dancer. So the pandemic permitted a dream state in Greensburg in Westmoreland County. So you look at places like the Greensburg Country Club, the Invisible Man Brewing, Penelope's Gifts and More, White Elephant Boutique. I mean, the list goes on and on. Fort Ligonier. You have, the Vinosky Winery, like we're looking at right now. Like that girl, Clara, Isabella Vinosky, that's her parents run that place, right? So nobody's there because of the pandemic. So it created a dream state for these kids. It's incredible.
It's magical. It's running for 3 nights. And unlike most things with the Nutcracker, this cannot sell out.
Can't. What a format.
So you can, like, as many people can watch this thing as possible for 3 days and catch it this week, because otherwise you're going to have to wait for the DVD to come out and get on that. So this is amazing.
That's the Palace Theater right there in Greensburg, the Palace Theater. That ballerina, that just incredible ballerina. She performed to an invisible audience because audiences don't exist anymore.
So the whole show itself is a dream state. It's amazing. There's multiple levels to this. This is exciting. So everybody, please go to this website, check it out, get your tickets. You're looking way to help. I'm sorry, the Nutcracker has something to say here. The Godfather Drosselmeyer himself is he trying to say something to us, Jason?
I got nothing. So
okay.
I don't know much about ventriloquism. So
I vote for snow tires.
Where do you fall on the chains versus snow tires before we wrap up?
I've used neither.
What do you mean you've used neither? You've never been? Do you not drive?
I do.
Do you drive in the Pittsburgh area?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't have. So most of my life has been very much like I'm going to move as close to the thing I have to go to as frequently as I do.
So you've never driven in a car with snow tires?
Sure, yeah. But all right, there's my vote.
Snow tires. There you go. See, that's what we just did. We made it happen. Hey, what's going on? I didn't recognize this star of newscasts without her mask on.
Yeah, I mean, there's that star, but also like I got to tell you about one more thing about the Nutcracker. Judy, the master ballet, the choreographer, the incredible artist, the choreographer, so good with kids and everything. We're talking one day. She was like, "Oh my God, you gotta bring your beautiful wife." I was like, "Sorry," and she's like, "Yeah."
I said that to you all the time.
She's like, "Bring your wife, and we'll find a way to put her in the movie." So like. In the Nutcracker movie, Amanda's escorting me to the big grand ball. It's beautiful.
No way.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's exciting. This is good.
Also, Patrick.
Yes.
I looked at the camera. I looked directly into the camera.
It's okay. It's okay.
I was like, I'm sorry. Do we want to do that again? They're like, no.
So maybe that'll be a thing. Maybe it'll be like you like walking.
There she is. There she is on the news right there.
There she is on the news. You can't see half her beautiful face, but she's wearing a mask, goddammit, people.
Did you hear about the people, the woman that came running out of the store? Like, it's a witchcraft store. They sell Satan stuff there.
It's a whole other story.
Whole other story.
Oh, gosh. Well, Well, while you're at it, after you're done there, check out, speaking of websites, in addition to, the westmorelandballet.com, I would say check out the Cars Unlimited website. Get your Christmas shopping down.
Hands down.
That is the stop.
Local business?
If you want to go into the store, they're there. Wear your mask. Don't be a dick. But if you're feeling weird about it, you can buy, like, the whole store is chronicled on the website. So get on that.
Also, Jason and I are doing local delivery. So, which is really, really nice. He's doing that for me before he goes to work, for people who live in the city. So
how's that work on the website? Andy. How's that work on the website?
You just do in-store pickup, and then if I see that you live in Pittsburgh, I contact you and I say, hey, you want me to drop this off? And most people are like, that would be great.
Okay, well, there's going to be some purchases made tonight. Coming to my house.
All right.
That's right. Now I'm a big fan of delivery right now. I'm all about this.
Yeah.
We've got a whole system of breaking down delivery products and decontaminating and everything.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
I love offering it because I know, people appreciate it and it's what is needed right now. So.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you for everything you're doing. Both you guys, awesome stuff. And everybody check out the Nutcracker. It starts tomorrow. Is that right?
It does. The first streaming service of it tomorrow at 7 p.m. You go to westmorelandballet.com/Nutcracker. You can buy your tickets there. And it's great. Like, what a format. They're selling tickets by device that you're streaming. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. Before we're done talking about this, there's just 3 more names I got to drop here, right? And it's Jonathan Melander, who's the Rat King, and Dominic, I think it's DeFabo. But Dominic was so good, and Jonathan was so good. It was like the first day, like me, a 38-year-old man walks into this ballerina studio. They're all kids.
Ballet.
They're all children. Yeah, this ballet studio.
Yeah,
whatever.
I got you.
They're all children, right? And they were just, I was so impressed the way these fucking dudes dance, how they jump and twirl, and all this, just incredible. But then
the quads are
incredible, and they're kids, and it's incredible. But there's a name that might be an unsung hero of this film. His name is Scott A. Buffington. Dude was a French and Indian War reenactor, showed up at Fort Ligonier and shot off live muskets for the scene that we filmed there.
Well, hopefully there was safety.
Yes.
But amazing. Look, this is exciting. I mean, if I was, if I was a kid involved in this, I'd be really jazzed right now. So this is cool. I think this is good for everybody. Family friendly. Get your thing on. They're not premiering any. I think they already had Rudolph and the Peanuts show. So why not have the Nutcracker
Peanuts show? Come on.
The Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. That's the name.
All right. Well, hey, your husband just said, ballet.
All right. Hey.
These ballet guys are everywhere.
Oh, man. Look, Dennis Tubbs just chimed in. Said Judy Ray Tubbs is in the chat room. She's watching right now. That woman is an artist.
She's a master, from what I hear.
Judy Tubbs, that woman knows what time it is, man. She could wrangle a crowd of 30 children and be like, children, okay, let's do this. And the choreography was magic. And she's incredible. I love her. I don't think she gives herself enough credit. I love that woman.
She would turn around and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, you do know what you're doing. I've been an extra in lots of movie sets.
Did you look into the camera when you were an extra on lots of movie sets?
I might have one time, but we don't need to talk about that.
Okay. I mean, you're here. I mean, there's no holds barred here. Everything's on the table.
She she knows what she's doing. That's
she really
I don't know if we've mentioned.
I think so much of this, like there were so many scenes that we were filming and she was just sitting off to the side, just calling out commands and everything we have to do. And it's just I hope she's not sitting there thinking I don't know what I'm doing. She knows what she's doing. Man, her choreography shines through this. It's incredible.
Well, Judy Ray, Tornbloom Tubbs, thank you for your work. I can't wait to see it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to try to check this thing out. I think my daughter would dig it.
Oh, I think so. I think
it's
so.
going to be amazing.
It's looking cool. So we're definitely gonna check it out this weekend. Can't do it tomorrow because I got this show, but then maybe Saturday.
Screw this show. Screw it.
Just quit your job.
Just quit. This is all I got, guys. I'm out of work. No one's calling me to be Godfather Drosselmeyer. I can't juggle. I can't move around. I can't even juggle one ball. Not even one.
But
anyway,
can do a really good Rocky and a really.
I can do a really good Rocky. If I can find a trade for that, we'll do it. I told you, I worked it into a show once. My Rocky knowledge. Bricolage did these radio plays called Midnight Radio, and they needed.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And they needed a filler. I was in like the first 15 of them, and they needed a filler for a segment. So I said, we'll call it Stump the Cinema Savant, and I just basically said, like, the previous week I looked at, like, I did Fellini's 8.5, and then I come out like Andy Kaufman, real quiet, and the audience got to say any line or any scene from any of the 5 or 6 Rocky movies, 6 Rocky movies at the time. Now there's like 10, and I would have to act out all the voices for radio.
That's great.
And I was sharp then. This was a few years ago. I'm not as sharp as I was, but I was ready to pick up. I did the last scene where Rocky's in the where Rocky's in the ring at the end of Rocky 4. I have his speech, including the Russian translator. I did them both. This was years ago though, but we might even have some footage. Speaking of snow tires, going back to that, we might have some footage of some snow tires, maybe that were in Rocky 4. Dave, are those ready to go?
Yes.
We'll wait for that. No, not happening.
Hey,
okay. We're going to get to it later.
Hey,
Amanda,
no, Pete, bring him back.
Amanda, okay, we got to move on. But before we do, Zero wants to say something to Pete about his mustache.
What you got now? What are you gonna say?
Plugs.
You think it's a plug?
It's too perfect. It's too perfect. They're implanted.
It's pretty good, man.
Do you use wax?
I do. Secondary. It's called secondary wax. I got it at Mister. But like, yeah, I'm gonna go see my stylist about my mustache, who's Shannon Patrick Norman at Butler Street Barber in. Park.
It'll keep going.
I'm not gonna stop it.
It'll straight. You could go Salvador Dali coming up. You've got Raleigh Fingers in your future. You could do a lot of mustaches. Right
I like the Raleigh Fingers, man. That's a good mustache. That's just straight up spiral.
well, cool. Well, guys, we've got to move on.
You guys are gonna move on to Kate, right?
What?
You guys are moving on to Kate, the woman who catered our wedding.
Oh my goodness. Well, fantastic.
That's all I have to say.
So hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate. All right. Well, stick around. Maybe we'll bring you out later. If you don't.
All right, we'll be here.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys very much once again. Westmoreland ballet.com. Get your tickets for the Nutcracker and see the 2 stars above me, Amanda and Zero. Oh, hold on. This is the clip from. That's an ad for somebody else. Somebody doesn't have YouTube Plus. but that's cool. That's cool. So it's going to be so anticlimactic right now, but I'm excited. So check it out. Hey. It's snowing. It's icy. He's running with some untied boots. This is with a very tight. Oh no! The car with chain tires. Oh no! They couldn't handle it. Oh, they wrecked the car.
In all movie film history,
they wrecked the car. So that's the whole thing. Chain tires. We're good. So moving on before we all start running up the hill, because that looked like the slopes with all that snow the other day. But anyway,
no problem.
Tell people to get tickets in a Rocky voice.
Everybody, like the Nutcracker is happening. Westmoreland Ballet. Now they already shot this. It's already been done, but you can watch it the first time. And when you're watching it, be like a windshield wiper. You can move from side to side. All right. So thank you guys very much. We'll check in with you guys later, but we've got to move on. Thank you very much. So check that out. And Judy Tubbs, I hope this show, I can't deny it, but I bet you this thing lives up to the hype.
All right. Will.
Thank you. So Melissa Martin has just joined in the chat room. How you doing, Melissa Martin? What's up, dude? All right. So the Nutcracker's happening. Get your tickets. Get in there. Get ready to roll. So moving on. So our next segment is obviously What Kate Ate with Kate Romane. Before we get there, I want to tell you a little bit about Farm to Table Pittsburgh, another sponsor of Alone Together. So you keep it real, you keep it local, farmtotablepa.com. Check out their website. Go in, find out. You can watch the show from yesterday. We had a couple of farmers that were on the show. We had Rusty and Claire. They gave us, they broke off some knowledge on herbs and mushrooms and some fantastic Christmas shopping ideas. If you're into the buying fresh, buying local, all sustainable. So get on that. Go to that website. Check it out. We're going to have more purveyors and more farmers from the Farm to Table family coming up this Wednesday. So be sure to tune in for that. But in the meantime, find out what's going on and pick up, if you're at the East End Food Co-op or anybody that has it, find out the Farm to Table's food guide. It really gives you, it is a one-stop shop for everything you need to do on how to buy fresh, buy local, and keep it sustainable, especially with the way things are going right now. So moving on, talking about fresh food, here she is to talk about what she ate this week. The last time we saw her, it was deep into the Thanksgiving lore. She had just finished cooking food for about 5 million people. Let's find out what it was like her eating other people's food with What Kate Ate with Kate Romane. What's up, Kate?
What's up?
This is good.
Trying to fit in.
You're doing a hell of a job. You know, I feel like this is the first time that my mustache is less than. Did you just have that at the ready?
I just had it. It was in my mouth. Whatever.
I don't need to know what you get into in that room that you're in. But that is a fantastic lip piece.
Ooh.
Is that going to fall off in your coffee?
It is. It's like falling off right now. I can't do I'm trying to. I can do my eyebrows though.
Oh, nice. Dave can do that too. But that's amazing. So anyway, Kate, I heard you catered our last guest's wedding.
I did. It was a beautiful wedding. It was great.
So if you're just joining us tonight, it is the Facial Hair Club. This is how we do. You have to have some form of facial hair to get on camera. And so far, we're batting 1,000. Even Amanda, you couldn't tell because it was dark over there, but she's blonde, so it's like a peach fuzz. But there's a mustache there. So anyway,
yeah.
So Kate, before we get into what you ate, which I'm dying to know, how did you get through Thanksgiving?
Dude, we were like hustling food out, and Thanksgiving's like not my biggest like holiday. So I was relieved that there was no obligation here. I ordered a ass load, of Chengdu and ate it for days. It was a pile.
You went to Chengdu Gourmet.
Yeah.
And went deep. Did you pick it up on Thursday, or was that like a Wednesday night pickup?
Delivered midday on Thursday. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were delivering on Thanksgiving.
That's
amazing. Melissa Martin saying, "What's up?"
Hi, Melissa. What's up, babe? I catered her wedding too. Shit.
So Chengdu Gourmet. So you bought a lot. Are there pictures, or did you just like feast?
I think I sent some pictures, but here's the thing.
Talk to me.
If you order from there, you have to get the pickles, because I ate the pickles on everything the whole week. And the leftover rice with the scrambled egg and those pickles, just killer. So good. I got to take this thing off. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah. I was surprised you kept it on as long as you did. But it was one of those things where it was hysterical, and then it was funny, and then it wasn't funny, and then it got really funny again, and then it was awkward. So that's good. So what am I looking at here?
Some tofu, some dumplings, some hand cabbage, some cumin beef.
Chengdu's the real deal.
Yeah, sweet potato stuff, and those snow pea tips, which I can't get enough of. And then something that Sherry turned me on is the smoked duck with ginger, which is up in the back there. It's so good. So obviously it was a lot of food, and we ate it all weekend. Great.
So the Grays, like that used to be my thing, but it wasn't with it was with Chinese takeout. It would have been China Palace at the time, and pizza. I would buy enough for 3 or 4 people, and that would be like grocery shopping. Yeah. That was my old days at the spinning plate. That's how I live my eating life.
That's how I'm doing it now, because I'm like, I love the food that we're making at Black Radish. It's delicious. And I take home leftovers all the time, but it's just the dishes. I don't want to do the dishes.
Well, I love what you're doing here with us on on the show here, basically shining a light on some of the other places in town. So Chengdu, they're 7 days a week. It's safe. It's ready. It's good. It's good to go. But also, I know you're a big proponent of Safe Service Pittsburgh, Safe Service Allegheny.
Safe Service Allegheny.
And I feel like the attention has gone away from that slightly, but I feel like it's coming back home right now.
Yeah. I wanted to order from one of the participating businesses on their website. Mm-hmm. So I did go to Burgatory, but just to talk about the Safe Service Allegheny, if you haven't checked out their website, you should go to it. Log on as a patron or log on as a business. It's just kind of keeping things up to date. Everything's been changing so much. And it's just a way for you to find out information if you're a small business that's food related, like any COVID changes that the health department's bringing down. They have a constant contact with them at the health department. They're updating you like as soon as we find out. So you don't have to dig through the county's website to find out the information that just has to do with restaurants. So it's a really great thing for the community. It's good.
The website, the link to get there is in our chat right now. If you can look at it, Dave just put it up on the screen there, safeserviceallegheny.com. The website's great. It's so user-friendly too.
Yeah.
To find out what's going on. And there's even a place for you as a patron, purveyor of these places, to sign up and sign the pledge too. It's basically, it's worded very well, but it's like, I'm not going to be a dick. I'm going to go to this place and I'm going to wear a mask when I'm supposed to. And I'm not going to be a jerk to the staff that is wearing a mask. So and everything else in between. But
just like protocols, like maybe you haven't been out to eat since this whole thing started, and like what's appropriate, like that information's on there for you. Is it like, do I wear my mask the whole time? Can I take it off at the table? Like, do I have to wear it in the bathroom? Like all of that stuff of like how to act appropriately so that you can have an enjoyable experience when you're going out to dinner. But the main thing is the cases are going up and we want to keep supporting that. Like they've been hit hard. Like everybody in the food service community has been hit really, really, really hard by this. So if you're not going to sit in a restaurant, you can get takeout. Get some takeout, tip while you're getting your takeout.
Tip like you would, tip more than you would if you were in the restaurant. That's what we've been doing. If we're having anything delivered, I know Eileen's cooking a ton, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But So anyway.
And to go is keeping these people alive. So keep doing that.
Yeah.
So I did go.
Go ahead.
Burgatory is on the Safe Service website.
I love Burgatory.
I love Burgatory too. But I was like I was kind of feeling like I'm just like on a vegetable thing. Like I need some fucking vegetables, but I also want a milkshake. So I tried an Impossible Burger, which I've never had before in my whole life.
And?
It's fucking great.
It's really great. It's surprisingly good, right?
It's surprisingly good.
Even the beet in there makes it look like it's bleeding.
Yeah, which I didn't need it to, but it was great.
I didn't need that. It was kind of creepy, but
that was creepy. I was like, this is a sham. They're just Soylent Green.
It's people. But if you look close, Dave just zoomed in. You can see that it's not meat. That it is it's a plant-based thing there. It's amazing. I've had that and I dug it. And then before the pandemic hit, when we would go to Burgatory on a regular, because Pepper loved it, and we love it too. But we would get the sliders, the Impossible sliders, which are like they end up tasting like amazing like swimming pool stuff, like swimming pool cheeseburgers. But like they're really good. The milkshakes are killer at
the milkshakes are so good.
And I love the burgers. I've never had a bad one there.
Yeah, it was great. I also had a milkshake. I just got a chocolate milkshake. It was great.
Was it spiked? Because they do the spiked milkshakes there.
They do. I'm like gonna try and ease off that brown wine for a little bit, babe.
Well, that's probably for the best. I am too. I have a water bottle here today, so
yeah, I have some tea. I'm gonna try that for a little bit.
That's okay.
She's not been my friend.
It was a hard road to get you to Turkey Day, and I think everything else is tough right now. So
it's rough. I'm scared. It's wild,
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad for resources that are set up right now, but the fact that I can think back, or we could go back in the episodes for a couple months ago since we've been doing this for like 10. Um, but I was like freaking out. I'm like, guys, we're over 110 cases. We got to get it down. We got to come on, everybody. Let's stick together, Pittsburgh. Let's keep it on. We got to keep this thing down. And then like, shit. Then it was like 500, and I'm like, oh my god, 500. Then it was like, well, we're not going to break 600, 800.
No.
And
Last
then
week when it was, yeah, it's 1,000.
It's 1,000 in one day. The other one was like, I think there was 950 from 2 days, and there was a 1,200 from 2 days. There was 1,600, I think, that was the 2 day thing. But one day, and the death toll is harrowing. 20 people from Allegheny County today, and I think that takes us almost to 600, total, and 20 were today. So the percentages are off. Everything's going in the wrong direction. I'm not trying to freak people out. We just need to lock it back in. It hasn't, it's been rough. Other people, people have, we've had, whatever. But it's just the unknown with this thing. We've talked about it at length in other episodes on the show. Jason talked about it at length. He early on in it was on earlier, Zero. I've been living with it and getting over it. And it affects everybody differently, but it's the unknown that comes with it. So let's hope this vaccine happens. But if we're doing a shit show, if we're tripping at the finish line, it's like, it's like a guy's on a breakaway, got a touchdown, he's going to score, and then he starts dancing and he trips on the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get in the end zone. So it's like, Leon Lett trying to score and Don Beebe ripping it out of his hand on the goal line in the Super Bowl. If anybody's like old as fuck right now, they're going to get that reference. All right. So this is it. Don't trip on the finish line, folks. Let's get that rolling. So, so what else, Kate? I mean,
so, I also, speaking of COVID, so one of the things, we at the Radish have because there's so many cases, I'm seeing them affect a lot of my friends and the restaurant communities. I see there's restaurants closing and reopening, and Madeline's bakery is right around the corner, and they just had, they were transparent. They put it up on their website. They closed down for 7 days. They got everybody tested. They reopened. So I stopped over there and picked up some croissants and danishes. Oh, Jesus, they're so good.
Really?
I'm glad to see them back and running, because I know that that's just a scary ass thing. To have to close down right now is hard.
Oh my god!
Terrible picture, but babe, those danishes had phenylphron on top of them.
Amazing! I want them right now. Honestly,
they're so good.
They look good.
Yeah, and Snacks is back there, guys.
We love Snacks. Snacks in the shot. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you see him back there. He's you can hear him snoring. I just got cut off. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Dave's going for the Zoom for Snacks. Hey everybody. It's almost lewd, but there's our Alone Together's mascot, Snacks. He's inviting you all to take a little nap. So that's amazing. But before we wrap up here, there's something else that got announced coming out of the Radish that I'm pretty excited about. It's got a little bit of an educational tip.
Oh, this class. Oh, so man, the thing with the class is that I didn't explain it very well, I don't think. We are going to deliver, so we're going to try to do a virtual class.
Right.
And
give people the finished product.
Yeah, we're gonna deliver you dinner with some bubbles, and we're gonna all have dinner together. But then I'm gonna talk to you and make the meatballs while you're eating your dinner. So I think people were a little bit like, "What the fuck? It's $200." So I mean, it is a lot. We're probably gonna do another class in the future that's just a class that's more because I have people sign up.
What the fuck? It's $200. All right, so we decided it's gonna be free. We're just gonna give you all the shit for free. I'm gonna go into debt and run myself into the ground, and you guys can just come and piss on my grave.
Yeah. I mean, it's geared towards couples or people who are in quarantine together. It's for 2 people to join in and be on this Zoom class. But I also have people that were signing up that don't live in Pittsburgh. So I really didn't do a good job of communicating, but we're going to figure it out and it's going to be super fun.
Oh my God. Like people in California were like, okay, let's see what this $200 class is about.
Yeah.
You're gonna talk to that company that freeze dries like Permani sandwiches and ships them across state lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Talk to the people at Perannals, how they ship the bat.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested in that kind of thing, but like not for this.
I understand.
I mean, anyway.
I understand. But that's cool. So this class, should we not promote it? I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, promote it. I just think that I didn't do a very good job of explaining what it was.
Well, I thought
I had a lot of people be like, "Hey, I'm in, Philadelphia. Can I?" And I was like, shit.
I thought it was like a Sopranos reunion. No, because the promo picture that was on the image on the thing was like from the Sopranos when they're making meatballs. So anyway, I just thought that was charming.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna try some stuff like that. Just people are it's winter. We're gonna be stuck inside the same fucking people were stuck inside with 6 months ago. So we gotta keep it spicy. You guys can make some meatballs together.
I love that. I love that idea. I would, and I'd also love to see, how the meatballs are made over at Black Radish Kitchen. I'm going to say it's usually how they start.
That's it. Just gotta
That's
kill
a
the
little
cow
taste.
first.
I got to say this right now before we wrap up. Dave Mansueto is so on point. He's right here. He can feel it. He knows. I didn't have to say anything. I was just talking about that, and he just knows to pull it up. He's the best. And Kate, so are you. And I know you're frozen smiling about it. It's exciting. Thank you so much for coming out here. If you want to stick around, you can. But everybody go to Black Radish Kitchen, find out what's going on there. And don't forget to check into Safe Service Allegheny if you want to see what's going on, who's safe and what at the thing there. Black Radish, hell of a website. Thank you very much. I didn't get to ask Kate about snow tires or chains, but that's how it goes. But can I get the E squared bread recipe? All right, we're gonna find that out here in a minute. We're gonna find that out for you in a second. I don't know, Jason, but maybe. But I'm gonna go with a maybe. You might have to spend the $200, get the champagne and the meatballs and the whole pasta dish and the training class as well if you want that. But anyway, I think now's a good time to check in with Dave Mansueto on what's going on with the vote on the in-show poll. What's happening?
In tonight's in-show poll, where we had snow tires versus chains, this was a very important thing that people should pay more attention to. I cannot put upon you enough that you really need to understand the fact that all-terrain tires are good. All-season tires are good for all season, but they don't help you with stopping distance. Stopping distance is what causes you from start hitting another car and getting insurance rates spiking, or even worse. It could be terrible. We already have enough stuff to worry about right now in the pandemic, don't you think? Don't you think maybe you want to care about the other people around you? You got to put on the mask. You got to put the change on your tires. You got to get snow tires, because at the end of the day, all terrains are just not going to do the job. I don't care what the guy at Sears says. He was wrong. He didn't know what he was talking about when it comes to all terrain tires. They're selling you a bag of goods, and you're holding the bag, and inside of that bag is tires. It ain't that good. So I just wanted to say, people, it's really important. This is something you got to worry about as the snow's starting to fall. As the snow starts to fall, things get terrible around here. Pittsburgh's a different kind of town. It's different than Washington, D.C. They got lots of money down there. They got penny pinchers. They got bean counters. Don't even get me started about these bean counters, because they got plenty of money to put salt on the roads, and they'll sell you them all-terrain tires, and it's fine. You can go to town in your all-terrain tires. It's totally fine. But in Pittsburgh, you need to do what's right. You need to step up and worry about number one. That's you and your family and those that love you and those that you love. It's very important. You have to take responsibility. Listen, folks, we're out on our own here, okay? So when it comes right down to it, you go march your ass down to the tractor supply store, or you go over to Harbor Freight country, God forbid, and get yourself some chains, or go what, I don't care, get used snow tires, because snow tires and chains, it's a different story altogether. All terrains, all season, forget it. I won't have it. I won't have it. It has to end. It has to stop somewhere, and it's going to stop this year. Okay, so that is our Jag-Off. You Jag-Offs, put on your all-terrains. I don't even know who won. It doesn't matter. It's the guy that knows. I don't give a fuck. I'm out of here.
He was filling so long. And Pete, could you throw him a line? Do we know who won?
I mean, I think we all know who won. Dave's clearly working for the Snow Tire Company. So.
Snow Tires. Okay, Snow Tires have won. Amanda was wondering, she didn't get the link on her thing for some reason. Who would you have voted for, Amanda? Is what we want to know. We're going to let that go. We'll add that in. It's not going to make much difference. But my God, Dave, that was the best filler, best ever. I mean, it's good. You're back. You're back. I was worried about you. You were a little less than plus about doing these polls, but you're back, and it's just in time because it's the final four, folks, of the big Jag-Off poll, and you can start voting now at togetherpgh.com. You have until Wednesday night. It is the cookie table versus the movie Striking Distance. Who's the best Pittsburgh icon now? All right, the winner of this goes to the championship game. The championship. Though there's only one. There can be only one when this is all done. There can be only one Jag-Off. And right now, it's either Bruce Willis, the cookie table, or it's either Striking Distance, the cookie table, or Michael Keaton or Kurt Angle, who are coming in on the other side. So human beings have carried the right bank, and the left bank is all stuff. So Snow Tires. Okay, so Snow Tires have got this rolling away.
I still feel like Dave's explanation of that was like when you like your inspection's up at the end of November or like early December, when you take your car to get inspected and they call you and they're really trying to sell you the snow tires. I have like trauma from like the mechanic calling. Like,
I feel like Dave has been in that situation. I feel like there was some reality there. So Dave,
that's why he owns 3 of the same car now, so he could just rotate the tires.
Dave has 3 of the same car, so he could just rotate the tires. He's got parts. He's set. That car is going to ride for at least 6 months now. So with all those parts, Dave, I gave you a promise of the show being 60 minutes today. We're pretty much on that. Let me ask you a question. Does Sarah know it's her birthday?
She knows it's her birthday. We should sing happy birthday to her on the air. We know that this is the best, but everybody sings happy birthday. You guys ready for this, Patrick? Patrick, you ready?
I'm getting ready. Everyone, Sarah, it's Sarah D'Addario's birthday.
Here we go. Everybody singing home, too. Ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Happy birthday to you.
I'm not going to kiss you, Sarah. We'll go get in some trouble out here. Sarah, have a happy birthday. Get your dinner. We are giving you Dave early tonight. Thank you all, everybody at home. Stay safe. We are back tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Natalie Bensafenga has 5 minutes with Dave Bracey's going to be talking about local booze and brews. We might even have some other special guests. So get on that. I'm going to have Sally Wiggin remind you about how important it is to wear a mask. And then we'll see you later.
When I walk out and there's someone without a mask and they come too close to me, I'm just racked with fear, and then I want to punch them in the face.
Don't piss off Sally. Wear the mask. Keep your distance. We love you. Take care of each other. Don't freak out. Tell your parents to wear a mask too and not freak out. All right. Happy birthday, Sarah. We'll see everybody tomorrow.